With the release of the Agents of Sabotage DLC to GTA Online, there have been a number of new features added as part of the Garment Factory alone. Like a lot of other ownable properties, the Garment Factory gives the player numerous features that they otherwise wouldn't be able to access, and in this video we are going to go over all of them, some of which I think are really actually useful. Let's go over the Terrorbyte first, since that is probably the most notable feature of the Garment Factory, since it added quite a few new upgrades to the Terrorbyte. Of course everyone knows what the anti-missile jammer does, but what does all of the rest of the upgrades do? Well, let's take a look at the collectible scanner. This feature is activated from within the driver's seat of the Terrorbyte, and it basically allows the player to find collectibles like the ones featured as part of the other DLCs, like the playing cards and the action figures. If you turn it on, your radar will show a blip whenever an appropriate collectible item is in range. Locate a dot on the minimap and then get out of the truck to pick it up. I reckon this will be a pretty sweet feature for anyone who has yet to go around and collect all the collectibles, yet hasn't already used YouTube to reveal all of the locations beforehand. I definitely recommend. The next feature, silent running, no, it doesn't make your engine run quietly, it instead just makes the Terrorbyte invisible to radar. A feature that I feel the Terrorbyte should have had since it was first introduced years ago, but I digress. Unfortunately, I'm unable to test this feature out myself since I'm a dead YouTuber with no friends. Join my Discord now. The final upgrade to be added to the Terrorbyte is the installation of the master computer, which is activated from within the cabin of the vehicle on the big touchscreen. It basically allows one to use the Terrorbyte to manage pretty much every single business in the entire game. Now this is class. Now, instead of having to travel to and from everywhere just to start businesses and take on jobs, which takes time, you can now just do it all from within the Terrorbyte. Wow, this son of a bitch ain't stopping for no one! But the Terrorbyte isn't all that's new to the game thanks to the Garment Factory. There are quite a few new features that the building itself has. For one, there is a safe, just like pretty much every other business has, which stores cash that the building has generated for you over time. Not bad. Of course, we now have access to a smoothie to drink, as well as a weapon customization booth, included as standard I must add, as well as all the basic amenities like a bed to sleep in. But the most interesting feature that I found is the inclusion of a fast travel system. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious. If you go into the garage basement floor of the Garment Factory and come to this door, pressing interact on it will bring up a selection of fast travel points around the southern part of the GTA 5 map. The locations that it brings you to aren't too useful in my opinion, and the doors in which to get back aren't highlighted on the pause map unless you're very close to them, but if you memorize these locations and happen to need to get back to the Garment Factory really quick, you could save a few minutes of your time. Definitely something to stay savvy about, as this isn't immediately obvious to the player. Hell, I found it by accident just by walking into the door. It's not even marked on the map. And that's pretty much everything for the Garment Factory. While it's not the most interesting business in the game, it does add quite a few legitimately useful things to existing parts of the game. Couple that with its reasonable asking price and it's definitely a win in my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, leave a like and subscribe if not already done so, and I will see you around, folks.